possible meeting with Jack Brady in the offing, will the investigators get the clarity that they so greatly desire? In fact, given how active the cult is being in Shanghai, will they survive to even get to that meeting? Let's get straight into the action on Steady Rolling Man Presents The Masks of Nyarlathotep.
Wednesday the 6th of May 1925, 8:45 p.m. Lantern Street. The air is warm and humid as you make your way along the busy, uneven cobbles of Lantern Street, heading away from the stumbling tiger and your subsequent discoveries. The light from the eponymous lanterns and flickering neon signs that hang above numerous bars, gambling dens, nightclubs and flower houses that line the streets here are guiding your way in a myriad of colour. Steam rises from food carts mixing with drizzle to create a warm, fragrant haze. Rickshaws buzz past you in quick, darting streaks of motion, their engines whining like irritated hornets. Street vendors call out, hawking their wares from beneath patched tarps, and dock workers in soaked shirts cluster around makeshift gambling boards, throwing dice and swigging rice wine from the bottle. The sound of the sharp consonants, rising tones, and quick exchanges of the Chinese language are ever present, as are the smells of cooking oil, incense, and the thick resinous sweetness of opium. Okay, you're heading back to along the long Lantern Street, away from your night's discoveries. Can I get you to make a spot hidden roll, please, all of you?
Well, I've rolled a 3.
So have I.
66 is a fail.
Hard success from Jacob.
Hard success. Okay.
Extreme. Presumably
Extreme.
still lucky in that. Yeah, lucky in
You
Albert.
might raise my hard success.
Yeah.
Jacob, Bert, and Lucky, all of you, as you're heading along the street, suddenly two motorised rickshaws come along the street behind you, one to the left of you and one to the right of you. And the three of you happen to glance round, eyes everywhere, and you notice that the men in the rickshaws are leaning out and actually looking as if they're trying to throw something at you. What are you going to do? I presume you're going to try and dodge.
Dive out the way.
Okay. Their arms move in a quick, stiff motion as they launch needle-like darts at you from their rickshaws. I'm afraid, Sir Edward, that you are blissfully unaware of this attack currently. So, with the first one, Lucky. So I don't know why those dice are rolling. You've started rolling them yet. Can I get you to make a dodge roll, please?
You may indeed. Oh, that's a fail.
Okay. Attack roll. Okay, 11. Okay, you try in vain to dive out of the way as the rickshaw passengers. They're no more than about 20 feet away from you. Then it launches this dart at you, which I'm afraid hits you. And you take 1 damage. Can I get you to make a constitution roll, please?
Miserable failure.
Okay. Right, okay. Bert, can I get you to make a dodge roll, please?
That is a success.
Okay, attack roll.
It's an ordinary success.
Ordinary
success.
Stop
rolling low for these attack rolls, please.
Okay.
15's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm afraid that is also a hit. Even though you dive quickly and agilely behind a cart, try and get out of the way, the dart is thrown with unerring accuracy. You take 1 damage as well. Can I get you to make a Constitution save, please?
I have passed.
That's just an ordinary pass, though, is it? Yeah. Yeah, it will be.
No, it's not. But
It's a hard. Is it hard?
It's a hard pass.
Okay.
A hard pass. Yes.
Okay. Right. Okay. Thank you. Jacob, dodge roll, please. Okay. So is that though? So you dive out of the way quite clumsily and slowly, but the dart just crashes just scuttles along the ground in front of you. It literally just lands sticking into the wooden leg of one of the carts that you're walking past. Sir Edward, I'm afraid you don't get the opportunity to dodge as you are unaware of this attack. So it's just a straight to hit roll, which I'm afraid hits you. You take 1 damage. Can I get you to make a Constitution roll, please?
4. 0, 4.
Ooh, okay,
That
so
is
that's an
a
extreme
hard
success.
Yes.
Is that
extreme
is that not an
success.
extreme success? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is extreme.
Okay.
So he dodders along and doesn't know what's going on, but he's got the constitution of an ox.
Lucky. The dart has hit you. Hits you kind of in the waist area, and obviously you feel the pain as it hits you, and then before you can begin to even think about what you're going to do next, you realise that everything starts, all of your surroundings start swimming. You begin to feel horribly giddy, or you can just see all of the lantern lights and all of the neon lights just all kind of merging into one long blurred line as dizziness overtakes you, and you begin to feel terribly sick. And suddenly,
I go down. I go.
yeah, you
Poison hospital.
the rest
Thunk.
of you see Lucky fall to the ground, kind of screaming, and then his body begins convulsing on the floor. You take 3 further points of poison damage, and you realise that actually, as you kind of shake uncontrollably, you completely lose your sight. All of the kind of everything, all of those horrible swirling lights just disappear, and everything goes black. You can still hear things going on around you, but you can't see anything. But you pass. You passed with a standard success on your con, didn't you?
No, a hard success.
Hard success. Okay. You have similar experiences in as much as you start to feel nauseous and giddy. You take 2 points further poison damage. Okay. The world kind of starts swaying around you. You feel really disorientated. But that's the full extent of your feelings currently in terms of the effect. Jacob, you were missed altogether. Sir Edward, you were an extreme success, weren't you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You only take 1 point of damage from the actual poison itself. You start to feel a small amount of kind of queasiness and disorientation, but other than that, you're unaffected. Okay. The motorized rickshaws have blitzed past you, and you can see them heading off up the road in front of you. You all kind of obviously just dived off to the side and onto the road or onto the pavement, and the crowds all around you. But they don't seem to be hanging around. What are you going to do next?
Jake, I'm going to flag a taxi.
Okay, Jacob,
Grab Lucky, try to help him.
You stand up. Lucky's on the ground. Sir Edward, you're standing here as well. Okay, again, can everybody make a spot hidden roll for me, please?
Assuming not me, given I'm blind.
No, not you. No, not you.
Jacob succeeds, ordinary success.
Okay.
Yeah, ordinary success for Bert as well.
Okay.
And ordinary success for Sir Edward.
Okay. As you regain your senses and jump to your feet and think about what you're going to do next, suddenly one of the lanterns above you, literally on one of the street lanterns, you suddenly see the lantern glows white hot, and the light then detaches. It peels itself away from the wick in a smooth liquid motion. You see it slip through the glass pane of the lantern without cracking it. A bead of living fire no larger than a coin pulses once, and then it flies at you, dividing again and again as it comes until it is a football-sized conflagration comprised of hundreds, if not thousands, of tiny points of living flame. Can you all make a sanity roll, please?
It's a fail for Jacob.
Okay.
Extreme pass, success for Sir Edward.
Okay.
That's for Bert.
And I don't know what all the fuss is about.
Oh, yeah.
Did you fail? Did you pass, Albert? Sorry.
Yeah, Bert passed.
Okay, so it's just Jacob that failed. Jacob, you lose 1 point of sanity. Right, this thing is flying directly at you. What are you going to do?
Grab Lucky and try to pull him out of the way because he doesn't know what's going on.
I'm just going to go in Dex order here, by the way, so bear with me a second.
Can I just check? Are we on full hit points, or have we suffered?
Yeah, you should all be on full.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think I've don't think I've updated my character sheet. So
Probably
I
need to
thought
do
we
that.
were-
Might be quite
yeah.
important.
Yeah, that's why I asked. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. But it's you first. So you're going to try and do what? Sorry.
Grab Lucky and pull him out of the way of it because
Okay.
he can't help himself.
No, that's fine. Okay, you grab hold of Lucky. Obviously, Lucky feels you're still feeling pretty poorly, but you can't see, but you can feel yourself being grabbed.
Yeah. I'll just let myself be guided.
Okay. Right. This ball of light or whatever it is, fire, moves with amazing speed towards you. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2. Bert and Lucky, 3, 4, Sir Edward, 5, 6, Jacob.
Jacob.
Okay, Jacob, this thing comes speeding towards you. What are you going to do? You're going to presume you're going to try and dodge, eh?
Yeah, dodge into cover ideally, but just dodge.
Okay. Make a dodge roll, please.
That is a hard success.
Okay. You fling yourself behind one of the vendors' carts that's in the street, and this ball of fire, in an attempt to try and hit you, just crashes into the cart, and straight away the cart almost like explodes into. There's a huge. It catches fire immediately in a surprisingly quick conflagration that almost engulfs the whole of the cart straight away. Numerous people in the street start running away and obviously screaming as the thing catches fire. Okay, but you grabbed hold of Lucky and you just tried. You basically you're just moving out, just diving out of the way. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. What are you going to do after that happens? Now that the thing hits the cart.
I want to get back to getting a taxi and getting out of this area.
Okay, you can try and move. Okay.
So,
Hey, what about you? You just trying to just basically shout taxi and then try and jump into it, yeah?
yeah.
Okay. Can you make a luck roll, please?
I am lucky.
Yeah, but how lucky are you?
Normally lucky. Well, my
Okay.
luck is 60. I've rolled 36.
Okay. You scream for a taxi, and as you can imagine, the fact that there's a large fire happening right next to you doesn't incentivize anybody to stop. But so you kind of cross over the road to the other side, and you see a car which just happens to be coming up the road at the time pulls over on the opposite side to where the fire is. So you're kind of heading towards that, not dragging, but kind of guiding Lucky with you. Yeah. Okay. What are you doing, Jacob?
I'm going to head to the taxi as well.
Okay, and Sir Edward?
I will say something quietly under my breath and then head for the taxi. So when the
Okay.
heavens align in secret harmony, the star kindles its shield. And as do so, anyone staring at Sir Edward may notice a faint shimmering distortion around his body, a bit like a heat haze under starlight.
Okay.
And then I'll run for the taxi.
Okay. Right. You all head as quick. Well, run for the taxi. The ball of light, fire, whatever this thing is, suddenly appears again and streaks with amazing speed across the road in pursuit of you, easily catching you before you are able to get into the car. So again, we're going to go 1, 2, Bert, Lucky, 3, 4, Sir Edward. This time it is Bert and Lucky. Okay, but you see this thing hurtling towards you across the road. You realise that you're not going to be able to jump in the taxi quick enough. So, you're going to try and dodge?
Yep.
Okay. You're going to have a penalty die on your dodge, I'm afraid, because if you're trying to get Lucky to dodge as well.
I just shove him on the floor.
Yeah. I think I think that's. Yeah, you can just shove him on the floor if you want. You don't know whether it's going to head towards you or him, so you just throw him down to the floor and then dodge yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Depends on how good the dodge roll is.
I got a hard success.
Okay, hard success. So I'll say that counts as a dodge for both of you. So you effectively
Okay.
kind of. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So is that just? You got hard success, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. The ball of living fire, it crashes into the side of the car as you duck out of the way and throw Lucky to the ground.
It's going to make it more awkward for us to get into this taxi.
Okay, you see like flames licking around the windows and the roof of the car. They're heading kind of quite close to where the fuel tank is as well. Yeah, so that's it. It's basically car hasn't caught fire because the thing's not big enough for that to happen. So it's just kind of you can see where the paint has been burnt or like starts to bubble as the intense heat from this thing. And actually, it's only like 5 or 6 feet away from you, but you can still feel how hot it is. You have from that distance. What are you going to do?
So the motorised tuk-tuks are well down the road.
Yeah, they've gone now, pretty much.
And I fully expect that this thing is going to continue.
Get off the street.
Yeah,
I should
sorry.
say.
I'm just trying to understand where I am. I'm like on the opposite side of the road to where we were.
Yeah,
with
where the
a
car's
blind,
pulled over on the right.
The guy's pulled over.
You've basically run across the road, and you're on you're on the road still. The door you're going to try and get into is obviously facing the road, and there's this ball of flame thing is now between you and that door on the back door of the car.
Is there a building nearby I can try to duck into?
Well, beyond the car, there's a whole row of buildings because it's the pavement, and then all of the kind of clubs, bars, all that sort of thing. Yeah, there are buildings all the way along this road.
First shop, bar, first doorway.
Okay. So you're going to run. You're going to basically abandon the idea of getting in the car, and you're just going to run around the back of it onto the pavement, which has obviously been cleared of people, and then into the first doorway that you see.
Yes.
Okay. What about
with my optically challenged buddy?
Yeah. Okay. What are you doing, Jacob?
The same thing. Can I just ask, has this thing been diminished in any way by the fact that it's it's attacked?
No, it hasn't.
Okay.
It hasn't diminished in size or brightness, or in fact the heat is giving off. So no, it's not showing any sign of weakening at all. Right, so you're just going to try and run around the back of the car and follow Bert and Lucky into the nearest doorway. Okay. And Sir Edward?
I'll do the same if I'm close enough. If I'm not, I'll go through the next doorway down or up.
Yeah, you're all quite close together, so you can still do that. Yeah, okay.
So I'll do that and grab the Nyambi scepter. Can I activate that at the same time, or is it no time to do that because I'm running?
No,
I'll do that. So I'll hold it and say, Nyambi, thy power mine.
Okay, I want you all to make a dex roll, please, and but you're going to have a penalty die on this one because you're trying to run whilst bringing Jacob with you. Not Jacob, Lucky with you.
It's a fail for Jacob.
Okay.
For Bert.
Fail for Sir Edward.
You rolled a extreme success, didn't you?
No, that's my penalty die.
Okay.
I'll roll just a normal success.
Normal success.
Yeah. Okay,
you manage to get around the car and across the pavement and into the doorway of the nearest bar. Sir Edward, you got 80. So Sir Edward and Jacob, you both failed, didn't you?
Yeah.
I was looking at your movements. Okay, oops. Okay, Jacob, you're kind of you're behind Bert and Lucky. You stumble in your haste to get across around the car, but you're still basically almost through the door. Sir Edward, unfortunately, your older legs don't carry you at the same speed, and you are only on the pavement when this ball of fire suddenly appears again from the other side of the vehicle. The taxi driver guns the engine on the vehicle and begins to speed away, and this thing fires straight at you. Can you make a dodge roll?
I'll have a go. That is a fail.
Okay. Ooh. 76. Okay, it's still a hit. So, roll the damage for you. You need to make any adjustments with your protection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
You suddenly, as this thing comes close to you, you suddenly feel the intense heat of it, and it basically just crashes into your chest and burns the flesh from your bones. But fortunately, some of your magical protection saves you, I believe.
Yes. So I'm just about still standing.
Okay. But Sir Edward lets out a terrible scream from behind. The rest of you hear him as this. And Jacob, you can't. Obviously, you're not only just in front of him. You turn around and you see what looks like the Sir Edward actually being engulfed by this ball of flame as it just crashes into him.
I need to roll a d6 as well for the duration of the spell.
Okay.
7 rounds, and this is the second round.
Mm-hmm. Can you make a power roll, please, Sir Edward?
Okay. That's quite good. That's an extreme success.
Okay. That's very good. Okay. I presume you're just going to try and head towards the doorway that you were originally heading towards. You kind of stagger. Jacob, you follow your colleagues through the door, and Sir Edward, you stagger across the path, across the pavement, into the doorway, and you're able to slam the quite heavy door shut behind you. You find yourself in quite a cool, quite dark corridor that only goes on for about 20 feet, and then there's some stairs down and some stairs up, and a door into the ground level as well. So I don't know what you're doing at the front, Bert.
My plan was entirely to get the other side of a door. I don't care what sort of door it was.
Okay, you're now the other side of that door. You've got in the short corridor that you're in. You can see Sir Edward. His clothes are absolutely like burnt to a cinder, and in fact you can see the raw red flesh and on his face and down his front that this thing is burnt. Actually, you can smell the horrible smell of burnt flesh and hair as well.
Well, press down the corridor, and I don't know what sort of building I'm going to do. I'll find a back exit, I guess.
You think it's a bar?
This building.
It looked like a bar from the outside. There's a door to the right, which leads into the main bar. You can hear beyond the door, which is closed. It's actually got a small window in it. You can see through. You can see like some of the patrons in there, rushing towards the window at the front and looking outside. You can see there's the staircase which goes down, which it looks like it goes into some sort of cellar, and then there's a staircase that goes upstairs, and then the corridor that you're in carries on along to what looks like the back of the building.
Let's carry on through to the back of the building and see if I can get out the other side.
Okay, you head down down the corridor. As you do so, you get to the end of it. There's a kitchen and a very alarmed Chinese chef standing there, frying over a bit of wok. You suddenly emerge into his kitchen. He looks up, obviously fairly shocked, and says something in Chinese, which seems he's quite angry. You can see beyond him and his small kitchen there is a door which seems to lead outside.
Okay, I'll just get $1 coin out, chuck it, just go, sorry, door.
Okay, he seems to be placated as he fumbles to try and grab the $1 coin that you toss at him, and you're just going to head through the back door and out into the outside again. Okay, you're back outside again now, and in a small cobbled alleyway which is behind the bar. It's not a street. It's just a very narrow alley with lots of kind of bins and a few washing lines and stuff.
You just look back and make sure everyone else is still following, and then go through the alleyway until I can find a proper street.
Okay.
And another taxi.
The rest of you, I presume, are all following.
Yeah. Along with him.
Yes. As I'm running desperately for my life, do I have time to think?
Yeah, you can still think.
So this unnatural ball of light, is it anything?
You can make a Cthulhu Mythos roll if you want.
Yep. Yes, please. No.
Oh, it's a shame.
That's a fail.
Okay. You don't really have time to think after all.
No.
Okay. So you managed to go to the next street beyond, which is just a normal kind of wide street with evening activities occurring in this part of the town, which basically involves drinking, or being in a nightclub or in a flower girl house. There are a few cars. There's some rickshaw taxis. There are some horses and carts as well here. A few people, as Sir Edward, as you step out into this street following behind the rest of you guys. In fact, Sir Edward is actually struggling to keep up with you. Jacob, you notice that he's kind of falling back.
I'll slow down a bit to help him.
Okay.
Try to secure transport.
Yeah. Right. But the disorientation that you are feeling has now begun to. Well, it's past. Okay.
Yep.
Nobody else is feeling any other ill effects, and obviously the effect of whatever it was on the darts that were thrown at you. Other than Lucky, unfortunately, Lucky, you're still feeling really quite poorly, and you can't see. Okay. A taxi is hailed. It pulls up. You going to jump in?
Yep.
Jump into the taxi.
The taxi driver to take us to a hospital.
The taxi driver just takes one look at Sir Edward. Doesn't even ask any questions at all. He just literally you can see the horror and disgust on his face. He winds down the window, and then absolutely guns the car. Okay. He turns around a couple of blocks, and you've not been in the car for more than about 2 or 3, maybe 3 or 4 minutes before you see the General Hospital in front of you, which is on the map, is only here. So handily close to Lantern Street. Number 9. And he pulls up outside the hospital and jumps out. And the taxi driver himself actually rushes into the hospital. And then you see some doctors or nurses come out with a rudimentary wheelchair. They all come around to the back of the car, start trying to help you into it.
Okay.
They whisk you off. Obviously, some of the others take in when they realise that Lucky can't see. Then you're taken as well, and presently, both of you are taken into care in the hospital, leaving Jacob and Bert out in the waiting room.
As I'm sort of wheeled off in the wheelchair, I'll point to the others and said, "Help them too."
Don't tell us how to do our jobs. Just prioritising the most wounded. They will. Okay. Right. Okay. So you're in hospital, and all of you that are injured are going to be looked after here. So, let's go with the most injured first, Sir Edward. Your burns are quite bad, as you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
They would have been even badder had it not been for your
50% burns, you could say.
Yeah.
I think that decision might have been one of the best ones I've made the whole campaign.
Well, yeah, it literally saved your life, didn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. Sir Edward, you recover 1 hit point immediately from the initial emergency attentions of the hospital.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. So that would have been a major wound, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If it's 50% of your max.
Yeah, I've got. Oh, yeah, definitely. That's why I said to be con roll. You got a major wound. A person treats. Okay. Well, you're definitely going to have to stay in overnight. Well, for a period of time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just going to be a quick in and out for you, I'm afraid. As far as Lucky goes, presume that. Well, yeah, they'll be informed that you've been poisoned.
Yeah, tell them about the poison.
Yeah. You can still talk, so that's all right. Okay. Okay. Did you take any? You took damage. You received 1 hit. Yeah, 1 hit point back from the medical attention, and also from the anti venom that they apply, the antitoxin that they apply. Gradually over the next hour or so, your sight begins to return.
Awesome.
Your you're told that you've been lucky in as much as the type of toxin that's been used is such that you could have permanently lost your eyesight if you delayed any longer, or if they didn't have the right antitoxin. Okay, who else is poorly? Anybody else injured? But did you get injured?
No.
I'm a bit injured.
Okay. You gain 1 hit point from the doctor's attentions. Okay. Right. So let's make a medicine. Who else? So Bert and Lucky, are you still injured?
Yes.
Yeah,
I am.
Yeah. Okay.
Also answered. Yeah.
Bert. Okay. Bert, you initially gain 1 hit point, and then you're basically told you need to stay in the hospital. Well, all of you, apart from Jacob, need to stay just to make sure that you are okay, as it were, for a couple of hours at least. And they give you some additional medicine which helps the wounds to the tune of, you get 3 points back, which I think means that you're properly healed now.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Lucky, you get another 1. So, yeah.
Not so lucky.
But at that point, you've been there a few hours, so it's about midnight now. So they're happy that Bert and Lucky obviously are able to be discharged, but that Sir Edward's in a different scenario. Unfortunately, he's going to have to stay in.
Can you explain to them that he was attacked and that he needs to be put somewhere safe, not on a main ward, and that will pay for that?
The doctors, I've never seen burns so bad. How did it happen?
Well, I don't know, unfortunately. I was blind at the time. I don't know whether somebody threw a flammable liquid on him or something like that. Whatever it was, it hit him square on.
The wounds are terrible. I'm afraid that whatever we can do, he'll still be scarred.
Well, the fact that he's still alive is a blessing.
Indeed, the fact that you're both still alive is a blessing. Well, he's in safe hands now, so leave him with us. We'll make sure that we give him the best care.
Well, we'll spend a few moments talking to Sir Edward before we leave him, if we could have some privacy for a moment. Of
course. Have you called the police, by the way?
No, this is where we'll report it in the morning.
He walks out. So I'll leave you to speak. Leave you in private. He goes.
Sir Edward, we're going to have to leave you here overnight. It's risky, but it's riskier to move you. Will you be able to protect yourself?
Understand, as best I can. I still have my stick with me. That's something. Yes, a concerning situation. They would attack us so brazenly on the street with those poison darts are one thing, but whatever that creature was, if it was a creature, that is another thing.
I think now, on reflection, and given the happenings back at home,
history.
Yeah, I think you probably might have a pretty good idea of what these things were. So I'm happy for you to know that.
So I'm pretty sure that it was a star vampire.
And
or even a fire vampire.
Fire vampire. Sorry.
So that's a new one on me. And the nature of the injuries, is that fire or magical fire or magic? What protected you from it?
What protected me was a spell I cast a moment before. One of the powers of my that my star gives me. Whatever drove me to cast that spell in that moment. I'm so glad I thought of it.
But does that protect you from magic or physical damage?
Both.
Right.
And any sort of damage. But all it does is lessen the damage. As you can see, I was still gravely wounded, but not killed. So whether or not I'll be able to survive another, I'm not so sure.
This is a terribly mercenary question, Sir Edward, but you should explain to at least one of us the nature of how your items function. Because if we do lose you, they're obviously incredibly valuable and we would have no means to utilise them in the way that you're utilising the sceptre at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Well, the star functions as your stars function. This one is just more powerful. Whether or not you'd be able to use it instantly, I'm not so sure. I should imagine you'd need to study it in the way that I did when I first came upon it.
So you have to learn its ways. You can't explain to us how to activate the magic.
I can in time, but I would imagine that you need to learn how to use it first.
Right. Very well. Well, hopefully we will never need to find out how to use it.
Yes, indeed.
But when you're better, you can teach us. And our stars have nothing similar.
They are lesser.
I thought they only protected us from scrying rather than.
They all do. Each star does. Mine is the star of the Grand Witness. And the one that Bert has is the one that Howard had, of the next level up, the
Right.
Silver Star. So that gives him additional powers. Eyes in the back of our head, I believe it is. Isn't that right, Bert?
Well, Bert.
I take it. I'm not in the room, am I?
Yeah, Bert and Jacob are not in the room.
Oh, okay. I didn't realise that. I thought everyone was here.
No, sorry, it's just you two.
So yes, eyes in the back of his head.
Anyway, okay. I should leave you, let you rest. I need to rest myself. We will come and see you in the morning. Do not be surprised if we're not around for a while, because we obviously have to meet Brady at noon tomorrow, but we'll try and visit you first thing.
Yes.
Whilst can I just have a quick chat with Jacob and Bert? Can I just ask Adam and Simon to drop off a sec?
Okay.
If that's all right.
Sure.
And I'll message you when Jacob and Bert, you're outside in the kind of waiting room now, as it were.
How are you feeling, Jacob, mate?
Scared, to be honest, but terrified. There's nothing we could have done against that.
I know. They're getting brazener and brazener, just coming right at us. But whilst it's just you and me, I want to have a word with you about something. See,
yeah?
Did you notice Lucky kept asking me if I was all right and if something was worrying me? You know?
Yeah, yes, I did.
Well, I had a dream about Lucky. It was so real. So real. It was and before I met you fellas and all of this, say dream's a dream. But now I'm starting to believe that dreams can be more than that. There can be warnings. And, well, in the dream, yeah, I was in the cargo hold of a ship, the air thick with oil and salt. Lucky standing there, a few paces away, half lit by a swinging bulb that creaks overhead. Then the light hits his face, and his eyes are black. Not like shadows, not bruised or anything like that. Just smooth, pupilless, like two polished stones. No blinking, just staring at me. And then he points his machine gun at me and goes, "You weren't meant to see this, Bert." And then he tells me that Nyarlathotep has plans for me, and that Nyarlathotep showed him the truth. And then that was it. Then I woke, and it got me worried. It got me worried that Lucky took the deal. Maybe I'm being paranoid. Maybe I'm being smart. But I trust you, Jacob. I need you to know that right now, I don't trust Lucky.
I'm not sure I do either, Bert. Have you ever had anything like this before?
First time in my life.
Don't take this the wrong way, Bert, but you seem the least likely person to be tuned into the supernatural, which is one of your main strengths, I think.
I don't disagree with you, Mr. Lockhart, sir. I do not disagree with you. I've always been, kept it together. Pretty steady in the head. You have to be. You spend as long in the trenches as I did.
That's why you're such an asset to the group, but this is food for thought. It's worrying.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing we can do about it now. Got to stick together the best we can. And,
you can see Lucky kind of just coming out of the door to the ward where Sir Edward is. He's kind of coming down the corridor towards you now.
Oh, Lucky. How's Sir Edward?
Let's get him back first. Hello. Right, you're heading back down the corridor towards the other two. Lucky. You leave Sir Edward behind you're in your own ward, basically, Sir Edward. There are other beds in your ward, but there's nobody in them.
How's Sir Edward, Lucky?
Not good, but comfortable. I told him that we'd be back to see him tomorrow, ideally first thing, but not to be surprised if it's not till the afternoon, given that we're going to be meeting Brady at noon. I'm worried that they're going to try another attack on him, but I don't see how we can really do very much. He's protected, magically protected as much as he can be, and I think the old goat's probably got a few other spells up his sleeve that he could cast if he needed to. So he's probably more able to protect himself than any of us are against those sort of things.
You don't think we should stay here, at least until tomorrow?
My concern would be that then we're all in one place and then we get attacked again and we all burn together. It's one instance where I think maybe being apart might be advantageous.
It puts a lot of people in this hospital at risk us sticking around
It
here.
does. Oh, this is the one place they would think that we would go to.
Yeah.
And if we're all here, it's really dangerous, and then we could all go. At the moment, Sir Edward can't be moved.
Yeah.
So it's yes, it's putting him at risk, but I don't think if we get attacked like that again, we were lucky this time. I don't think we'd survive. So it's safer to have put him at risk and for us to be somewhere where they don't know where we will be, at least in the short term, and then we get him out as soon as possible and get him somewhere safer. But if we can think of a better plan, I'm open to it.
It troubles me that they could pick us off one by one, starting with Sir Edward. I mean, he's a sitting duck here, isn't he?
Yes, he is. If you feel that staying here with him is the sensible move, then I'm happy to stay. My feeling is though that it's collectively, given everything that's at stake, it's safer for us to be somewhere where we are less likely to be attacked. Yes, it does put him at risk, but he's no more at risk than he would be if we were here. We would just be equally at risk. Because I don't think any of us have got anything that we could fight off that fire vampire, whatever that is.
No.
Now, if they send in someone to kill him with a knife or a gun, then maybe. But they seem to have moved beyond that.
Do you think, Bert?
I think we have to leave him here. I think we're probably best to get home together, get our heads down and get back here, see how he is.
I have to say, I am not feeling up to a fight myself. My eyes are blurred. I feel terrible. I could do with sleep somewhere.
Right, well, we're going back to the hotel or trying somewhere new?
Back to the hotel, I think.
Yeah.
As far as you know, nobody knows that's where we are.
Okay, you see the doctor who came talked to you earlier on come over. He said, "I've just checked in on your friend Sir Edward. He, considering the ordeal that he's had and the wounds that he's sustained, I'm pretty pleased with him. So he will be safe here. Don't worry."
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor, for all you've done for him.
Where are you staying?
We're not sure actually at the moment. We
Is there anywhere you'd recommend that's nearby so that we can get back to see him?
There are numerous hotels on the Boond. Probably the best place to try.
Okay, thank you. We'll try that now.
Do you not have any accommodation here at the moment?
We checked out today, unfortunately.
We were expecting to move on from the city, but of course we can't now because of our dear friend.
Of course, yes, of course.
Our trip around to Hong Kong will have to wait until he's feeling better.
Yeah, it's that may be well, we'll see how fast he recovers. But I wouldn't really be wanting to take him on a long trip for at least a couple of weeks. I would have said.
Well, this is a wonderful city. If we have to stay here a few more weeks, that's no hardship.
The Astoria Meridian on where the Suchao River meets the Wangpu. That's probably a good starting place for you. I've heard good things about it. Reasonably priced, but nicely luxurious.
Well, give it a look.
Well, I'll bid you good night then. And if you need to bring anything for him, then I would suggest giving him a reasonable amount of rest and not coming too early tomorrow.
Oh, yes, thank you again, Doctor. I'm sure you've saved his life.
It is, after all, what I do. I would encourage you to call the police as soon as possible as well. I'm concerned that any delay here will minimise the chances of the culprits being caught, whoever did this.
Absolutely. You can rest assured that we want them brought to justice.
Well, I bid you good night.
Good night. Thank you again. Right,
Night, Doctor.
let's leave and completely ignore his recommendation and go back to our hotel.
And not tell the police.
Yep.
We're going to have to be ultra careful here because this is the first place they'd think we'd go after those injuries.
Yep. Let's see whether we can find a service exit.
You get what you're going to do? Do you want to go out the back of the hospital, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you're going to go out the back of the hospital and then hail just get a taxi to take you straight to your hotel?
Yeah, but making sure that we're not followed as usual.
Yeah.
Okay. You're all pretty sure that you haven't been followed as you take it's pressing on towards 1 o'clock in the morning by the time you actually get back to the palace and the safe, opulent serenity of your hotel. You go in and upstairs to your room without seeing anything else, anything that would concern you any further than the day's events already have. Anything to do before you go to sleep?
Basically.
No, try and get some rest.
Okay.
Are we just going straight to the park in the morning?
Well, do you want to go back and check on Sir Edward, or do we just sleep in, prepare ourselves?
It's a 12-13 meters now.
Noon.
12.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Yeah. Sleep in. Go to the park.
No, leave Sir Edward to recover a bit. I think the doctor didn't want us to bother him too early, did he?
No.
No.
Perhaps we'll go back there straight after the meeting, or depending on what happens at the meeting.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. What remains of the night passes uneventfully, and you get as much sleep as you can. But you will find yourself by like 7:30 being awake. So you're just gonna have your breakfast, and then what are you gonna do? Just rest in the room this morning.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
A breakfast might be a bit strong. I don't expect to get up much before 10.
We need to think about how we're going to handle things with Brady as well. Are we going to be upfront with him in terms of trying to track down or find out what happened with the Carlisle expedition, and also perhaps be upfront with him in terms of cults and what we're trying to achieve?
I think upfront with them about what we're trying to achieve might be the quickest way of getting him on our side.
Yeah, I agree. I think
But if we've misjudged him, it's really the fastest way of getting us killed.
True.
So we're pretty confident that he's on the other side of everything. Everyone else is hunting him down for a reason.
Yeah, I think, I may be wrong, but I think he's on the right side of it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's witnessed firsthand with the Carlisle expedition the seductive corruption of Nyarlathotep. He seemed to want to do something about it. I think he could be an ally.
Okay, so are you doing anything else then before you? It's going to take you about half an hour probably to get to the park.
No, just breakfast, rest up a bit.
Rest up in the room. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Jacob, you're resting up in your room when you hear footsteps approaching the door. The slow, deliberate, heavy footsteps of Sir Edward are quite familiar to you now. You also can hear the tap of a stick or something as well as he comes close to the door, and then the door opens and you see a very pale, bandaged Sir Edward leaning heavily on a stick in the doorway.
Morning, Lockhart. Feeling chipper, I hope.
Sir Edward, what are you doing here? I'll get up to help him across the room. Sit down.
Wonderful fellows at the hospital. They certainly are experienced in their craft. Of course, I feel what's going to say like death. I feel mightily exhausted. But hopefully with changing my dressings and taking things easy, bad chance of that, I should be fully recovered. Scarring, obviously, but certainly skin deep.
Do you think you should be here, Sir Edward? The doctor seemed to think you should be in hospital for a week or two.
Well, they always say that initially, but he was acceptable to me discharging myself. I had to make many promises, obviously, but as long as I rest at night, change the dressings, should be fine. Could do with a bite to eat, though.
You look
You can see,
horrendous.
sorry.
Just saying to Sir Edward that he looks horrendous.
Yeah, he's got you can see the bandages underneath his shirt around his chest, which is the worst bit. He's got some bandages down his right arm, and then his head. He's actually got you've got bandages around your head as well because you're burnt on your kind of hair and on the side of your head. Luckily, your face escaped.
I'll need a new hat, though.
Yeah.
There is that.
I think come and sit down, eat something then.
Cool room service.
Okay. You've already had a nice hospital breakfast, but you have something else to eat.
Nice, actually. Nicer than the sort of bully beef and potatoes you'd get back in Britain.
You can. So, are you just going to look after Sir Edward, make sure he gets something to eat, and then, Edward, are you planning on joining the other three on the trip to Honky Park?
I'd certainly like to, but I'm not up to an extreme physical exercise just yet. I am concerned about this meeting that it's timed for noon, but I do think that if you chaps are going, you should get there as early as possible to stake the place out, see if they're preparing another ambush.
It's about 11 now.
Obviously, we should be fine, but you never know how far their tentacles have reached.
Head out now. Not going to be very early.
Yes, I think I will stay in the room today.
Very well. Well, we should leave then. Be safe. We will see you later, hopefully with good news.
Okay. Right, so you're going to head, obviously again, take a taxi from outside the hotel and go directly to Honky Park?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oops. Okay. The day is sultry. It's very humid. Mid-20s. By the time we get to the park, it's just shirt weather. And you look at each other like you're sweating quite profusely already. The kind of high humidity is quite difficult to get used to here. As you stop at the park, the driver drops you outside. The first thing that you see are three Shanghai Municipal Police Force policemen standing at the entrance to the park in their dark blue uniforms, all wearing pith helmets. The sign next to them where they're stood says in both English and Chinese that the Honky Park is run by Shanghai Municipal Council, and it's for foreign residents of the international settlement only. No Chinese allowed. You head towards the park, I guess.
Yep, just stroll through.
Yeah, the two of the constables are Chinese looking, and one of them is a British looking fellow. Good morning, he says as you approach.
Good morning, officer.
Tourists, are we?
Yes, coming to see the sights.
First time in Honky, is it?
Yes, it is. Wasn't aware that there were restrictions on visitors.
Yes, one of the very few places where the Chinese can't go. It's crazy, really, isn't it? Chinese aren't allowed in a park in their own city. There you go. That's the insanity that is Shanghai.
Anywhere that you recommend we should visit while we're in there?
Well, the lake itself is very peaceful. A small island across the bridge with a pagoda in the centre. Very, very, very picturesque and relaxing. Yes, it's a nice park. Very quiet as well at this time of year.
Excellent. Thank you. I'm sure we'll enjoy it. Well, good day to you. Well, maybe see you on the way back out.
Good morning, sir. Yes. Okay, you head into the park, and you see the pathway goes down a hill from the entrance, and then breaks out and becomes a circular path, which, as the policeman told you, circles around a big lake that's in the centre of the park itself, and the lake is surrounded by trees, and under the trees around the lake are lots of benches that are all positioned looking into the water, and in off to the right, you can see that an arched wooden bridge, a kind of traditional Chinese bridge, arches from the bank in a narrow part of the water, and there's a central island where you can see various long-legged birds, and there is indeed a Chinese sort of pagoda there as well, all very traditional, kind of Chinese-looking, and very pretty, and yeah, it's peaceful.
The pagoda is
And very
accessible.
non-threatening. Pardon?
The pagoda itself is accessible.
Yeah, yeah.
Or, yeah. Are we guessing that that's where we're going to meet him, gentlemen?
I think so. Yeah, let's head there.
Okay, you're going to head round to the right and then across the bridge onto the island in the centre. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
are there many other people around?
Yeah, there are people here. You see your couple here walking down by the water. You can see a family, like two children, 2 adults sat on the bench in front of you. There's probably a half a dozen benches around the water that are already occupied. People are strolling along the paths. It's not busy, but it's not deserted either. Okay. Can you make a spot hidden roll, please, everybody?
Absolutely not.
Regular success.
Mm-hmm.
Regular success for Bert as well.
Okay. As you're heading to the right along the path, round the lake towards the bridge, both Bert and Lucky, you see the flash of light, like a kind of quite a bright flash, over the bridge area. Both of you, being military men, as it were, know that you know the flash of the sun in field glasses when you see it. That's all. You kind of strain your eyes in that direction, see if you can see anybody, but you can't.
Right. Should we head towards that? I'll nod to Bert. I assume you saw that.
Odd.
It's him watching us coming in, probably. So where exactly was it? Where exactly was it?
Yeah, it seemed to be coming from the bridge, around the bridge area that leads across to the island where the pagoda is.
Head towards that then.
Yeah, so
just
you're heading in that
openly.
direction.
Yeah, arms,
Okay.
clear, casual like.
Walk casual.
Yeah. Well, as long as it was field glasses and not a telescopic sight on a rifle.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's difficult to tell the difference between the two at this distance.
Or a muzzle flash.
Yeah.
You tend to know when that is. You get a clue a few seconds later.
Okay, yeah, you get to the area where the bridge, where you walk around the path, past a few people that sat on benches, and then you come to the head of the bridge, which arches over, and you can see at the other side of the bridge where the bridge hits the island. There are two large statues of some sort of Taoist or Buddhist gods, you'd guess, and then beyond the two statues, a path wends its way for about 30 or 40 feet to up to the top of the island where the pagoda is. You need to go across over the bridge?
Yeah, I'm going to give the statues a wide berth, though. Eyeing them suspiciously as I go past.
As you're crossing the bridge, you get about halfway across when you suddenly hear a voice from the other side of the bridge. Stand there. Your note said you have the other half. The other half of what? The voice seems to be coming from behind one of the statues.
The stone, Mr. Brady.
What stone?
Capstone from the pyramid in Egypt. The one that protected the other.
Where did you find it?
In the sand after we departed the pyramid.
Who are you?
I think we could be allies, Mr. Brady.
Answer my question. I said, who are you?
We work for Miss Carlyle. She employed us to find out what happened to her brother, what happened to the expedition. We've been tracking you since London through to Egypt to here, and we've learned too much along the way.
Covered a darker truth.
You notice that he has got like a West Coast American accent. How do you know about me? So you tracked me how?
Through the investigations of a friend of ours, Jackson Elias.
Jackson, yeah.
Jackson's dead. He was killed by the people that I assume that you're a facet of the people that are hunting you down. So we're here to avenge him as well.
And he was a good friend of ours, so if he's pointed us in your direction, then we're rather hoping you could be a good friend too.
That sucks. I thought his books could lift the lid on all this stuff.
Well, we're hoping that we can make that happen. You don't have to convince us that you've seen things that don't belong to this world. We've seen them as well. We know what you're fighting.
How do I know I can trust you?
The fact that we're talking, and the fact that you're not dead already, and the fact that we know about the stone, the fact that we know about Jackson. You can ask us about Jackson. The fact that we know you're being hunted, and we haven't handed you over to those people. The fact that we've been hunted down ourselves by Carl Stanford. The fact that we know that Madam Nin's hunting you and that you stole something from her. We know about you. We know about your girlfriend.
The man steps out from behind one of the statues. He's tall, lean, sinewy, with a high forehead, short brown hair, and that's greying at the temples. He's dressed in kind of greys and dark greens. You seem to know quite a lot.
As I said, too much. Things I don't think that anybody was meant to know.
He turns and walks onto the pagoda and just gestures for you to follow him.
Yep, do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he goes and sits down. There are benches all around the outside. Please take a seat.
You won't mind if we keep watch whilst we talk.
I chose this place because it's the safest place in Shanghai.
Seems that way. Difficult for Chinese to sneak up on you.
Exactly that. So what do you want with me? You said you could help me. How? And where is it?
We're hoping it's safe. It's with us. What we need to know is, do you have the other piece? Do you know what to do with it? And how we can get you out of Shanghai safely? But also, what happened with the expedition? It seems like, from what we know and what we've experienced, you were offered a deal and your colleagues took it and you didn't.
You sure I've worked a lot out?
Oh, it's guesswork. We're hoping that our guesses can be confirmed by you. And then we have facts, and we can deal with facts.
So you know all about him?
He with the many faces?
Yeah, him. So you do know?
We have met a facet of him, yes. And we've met many worshippers of his.
Where have you been? And you say you followed the expedition. Where?
From New York to London, and we investigated the Penhew Foundation. And from there, that led us to Egypt.
You really have been on a journey, haven't you?
We have. We didn't follow you. Things turned bad in Egypt, which led us to Shanghai, perhaps sooner than we would have liked. We were planning on following your path to Kenya to find out what happened there, but Shanghai seems to be the nexus of everything that's going on, so perhaps that wouldn't be necessary.
And you're doing all this just to follow poor old Roger?
No, we're doing this now to save the world.
Wants you to.
That's how it started. But we've realised there's something darker and something bigger involved. We've come across his followers in every corner of the world so far. We've had mixed success in thwarting them.
Well. He stands up, says, "The name's Brady, Jack Brady." He puts his hand out to shake your hands.
Shake his.
You are?
Tommy Leach. Friends call me Lucky.
Wow. Good to meet you, Lucky. Looks at you, Jacob. Shakes your hand.
Jacob Lockhart, fellow American, but perhaps from the other side to you, judging by the accent.
Yeah, you're right with that. Good to meet you. And
you too.
You? Strong, silent type. You're a military man. You must be.
Well, yeah, you got me. Briggsy. You can call me Briggsy.
Sergeant, is it?
You don't really have colour sergeants in the US, do you? But yeah, That's right.
Marine Sergeant, spent a lot of time in Shanghai, then on the Western Front. I've done my service. I've seen a lot of bad things, but probably like you're beginning to realise, nothing that compares to any of this lot.
Indeed, Jack.
He takes out a small flask, takes a sip from it, offers it to you.
Take a hug on it.
Okay, it's a nice bourbon.
Taste of home. Thank you.
I'll politely decline.
It's good to meet you all. It really is. When I got the note, I didn't allow myself to believe that there are others that actually could help me and that know at least half of the things that I do. I've spent so long on my own hiding, working against these lunatics. I never thought that I would have any other help from outside. But yeah, you're right. I mean, everything you've said so far is on the nail. I can tell you everything if you like. I'll fill in the gaps. Probably just as well we do it here.
It would help us, Jack, if you could, and then we're happy to share anything with you if there are things you want to know.
Right. Okay. Listen close then, because this ain't easy to say, and once you hear it, even though you seem to know stuff already, you probably won't sleep the same again. Some of this I've seen for myself. Some of it I've heard and pieced together over the years. Most of it sounded crazy to me at the time, but one thing I can assure you, it's all true as I stand here today. God, I wish it wasn't. Takes another swig from his flask. Back in 1916, halfway across the world, in the highlands of Kenya, there was a cult. Old as dirt and twice as rotten, calling itself Servants of the God of the Bloody Tongue. They'd been trying for generations to summon their god, failing every time, until that night, the thing actually answered. It came down among them. Nyarlathotep, they called it, the Bloody Tongue. And it spoke of a grand plan, something that meant to free humanity from its earthly shackles. Sounds noble, doesn't it? Until you realise what these things call freedom isn't anything a sane man would want. The god chose a woman, Umweru her name was, as its vessel. She was to carry its will out into the world, and it sent her to New York, filled her head with secret knowledge, dates, places, people that she'd need. She was beautiful, magnetic, dangerous, in the ways you don't see until it's too late. That's where Roger Carlyle comes in. Roger was already drifting, rich, bored, feeling like he'd wasted his life. Nyarlathotep had been whispering to him in dreams, softening him up. When Umweru arrived, he didn't stand a chance. She had him wrapped around her finger in days. Through him, the god had a doorway into the New York society. But Carlyle wasn't the only one she needed. The god wanted people of talent and status, but flawed, broken in ways it could exploit. Even a thing like Nyarlathotep can't rewrite a person's will. It has to pick the right kind of damage. So, where he found them. Patty, Hypatia Masters, a socialite drowning in guilt from a secret abortion. Houston, Dr. Robert Houston, still reeling from the suicide of a lover. Sir Aubrey Penhew, an English scholar obsessed with becoming a pharaoh, hungry for power only a god could promise. Carlyle gathered them together, thinking it was all his idea. An archaeological expedition, he called it. But every step, every decision, every ticket bought and plan made, it was all part of Nyarlathotep's design. And that's how the Carlyle expedition truly began, not as a scientific venture, but as the opening move in a god's great plan. There's something that you need to understand about Roger. For all his faults, and God knows he had plenty, there was still a spark of decency in him. Maybe that's why he kept me around. Maybe some part of him knew he was in over his head, even if he couldn't admit it. And that spark, well, it might have been the only thing that saved him and me. See, Nyarlathotep had its claws in the other's deep. Dreams, whispers, temptations, whatever that thing wanted, it slid straight into their minds like a hot knife. But with me, it was different. The dreams never took, and where his tricks still off me like rain on oilskin. Don't ask me why. Maybe it was luck. Maybe it's something Ma gave me before she passed. Some charm, some blessing. All I know is I didn't bend the way the others did, and that made me a problem. We left New York and headed for London, and that's where the real planning began. Sir Aubrey Penhew welcomed us like royalty, too eagerly. His man, Gavigan, was always hovering, always watching. They had connections, resources, and a hunger for whatever secrets Umweru was dangling in front of them. There was a woman too, Zara Shafiq, Sharp eyes, sharper tongue. She was a real beauty. She briefed us on Egyptian history, rituals, sites of power, but the way she talked, it wasn't archaeological, it was worship. Still, everything looked legitimate on paper, supplies, permits, routes. Carlyle thought he was leading the expedition. Truth was, he was being led. Once the arrangements were locked in, we shipped out for North Africa. Everyone was excited, Carlyle especially. He thought he was on the brink of some great discovery, and in a way he was. Just not the kind any sane man would. Once we got to Cairo, Roger started having dreams again about meeting a god, and the others were acting more disturbingly. Then Roger really went off at the deep end. He started telling me he could meet the god as soon as he destroyed the eye and opened the path. This sounds crazy, I know, but I can't believe I'm telling you guys this. That hotshot Houston should have taught Roger down, but he only encouraged him. The first night we were up the Nile at Dashur, Roger snuck out. He climbed up the Red Pyramid. Any of you guys ever climbed a pyramid? They're steep. But Roger started up that pile like a monkey, never looked back or hesitated once, which proved to me that the poor guy was absolutely crazy. But I followed him up. I was crazy too. There's a little flat place at the top of a pyramid where, when Roger reached the top, he put on some kind of robe and started making weird sounds as though he'd flipped for good. There was one hell of an explosion with all kinds of weird echoes and screams and a big red flash of light. Well, I lay there for a minute until it seemed safe to get up. He looked at me and just said, "The eye is gone, Jack. Now we can be gods." Well, that was just Roger talk, you know. But beside him there was a big patch ripped right out of the stone, and it looked fresh. When I went back the next day, the patch had been filled in as though the pyramid had repaired itself. But near the base, I found a part of rock which looked as if it could have been in that patch originally, and it had a weird sign on it. You found the other half. I took it. I had no idea then what it was, but now I do. It contained strong magic that kept evil things away from us. Roger deliberately broke its power. 2 days later, the whole gang gave me the slip and disappeared into the bent pyramid. Some of the messenger boys went to find them and they came out shrieking. They'd eaten them. The whole dig was deserted in 5 minutes. The only person left in the whole area was me. I went in. Sure enough, nobody was inside. A long time later, out came all the missing people from the pyramid. Roger says they'd been to Egypt, to the real Egypt. That was about the most sensible thing he came out with. Penhew looked like he'd lost about 5 years, and Patty and Huston both seemed somehow changed, and Worry was just silent, and she was just strange. Nobody would explain where they'd been, nobody cared. That from that day on, it was hard to hire workmen. After that, when I wake up in the night, the rest of the gang would be talking creepy, weird stuff. I'd never heard anything like it before. Then one evening, Roger said he was going to show me the power of what he'd learned. We went out into the desert with some Arabs. Everybody started screaming, weird words, songs. Penhew beat a weird drum that we got from Faraz Najjar. Then creatures started coming out of the ground, eating the Arabs. And Roger and the others started laughing. I just fled. I was scared, I don't mind admitting it. I was terrified. Roger found me the next day and warned me that I'd better change my attitude. The thing is, I owed the kid. I wouldn't desert him. But after that I started thinking. I needed to do something. I needed to get him out of it. We went to Kenya next. Roger filled me in during the trip. They had found a true god, he said, who would rule the earth, and we would rule with that god, for we were the chosen of the god. The god had picked us to open the way for his return, and there was enough in what he said and in what I saw to make me listen. Every week Penhew seemed a little younger and a little livelier. Patty was sick a lot. We were going to leave Nairobi for some place in the mountains, the mountain of the Black Wind, where there was no river, no railway, no telegraph, no police. Figured that old Jack Brady wouldn't live long there, so I made some arrangements. On the last night in Nairobi, I drugged Roger. I grabbed the cash box. It was all Roger's money anyway. And I got me and him aboard an unscheduled deadhead freight train to Mombasa. Later, I read that my guess was right. The newspaper said a lot of people died, including Roger. I figured it was better everybody thought that than tell them the truth, what with the state he was in and all. My arrangements went off without a hitch. When we got to Mombasa, we got off before the causeway and found a fisherman who was willing to go to Zanzibar for a few dollars. From there, we hopped a coastal trader to Durban, and in Durban we dyed our hair, got some decent clothes, and sailed for Perth. Now, on the way to Mombasa, Roger got some sleep, and he seemed to wake up a different person. I guess that being away from the influence of the others let some of his old self return. I told him we were in a lot of trouble and that we needed to hide out. I reminded him about the Arabs being killed in Egypt and the god stuff, and he could remember it all alright, although it didn't seem very important somehow now. He understood the logic of the situation. After a week or so, though, his nightmares started and he began to go off the deep end again. He was beginning to realise some of the things he had done. I was here in Shanghai whilst I was in the Marines, and I had a fair number of friends here. By the time our ship put into Hong Kong, Roger could go no further. He began shrieking at shadows and everything that moved. So I put him in a sanitarium there. I had to use up most of the remaining money to get him settled. Then I went on to Shanghai, believing that I'd never see any member of that damned expedition but Roger again. So I thought, until through my naval glasses I saw a certain yacht and a certain Sir Aubrey Penhew preening on the deck of the Dark Mistress. That's the lot of it. That's everything I saw, everything I survived. And if you think it ends with the Carlisle expedition, you're fooling yourselves. Once I got clear, I started digging, listening, watching. I realised something that chilled me worse than anything in Egypt or Kenya. You know it too. Nyarlathotep is not a local problem. He's everywhere. I've obviously figured some of this out already following Elias's trail, but hear it from me. The worship of this thing is global. Every class, colour, every corner of the world. Doesn't matter if it's a palace or a slum, there's always someone whispering his name. I've seen enough to know the big ones. Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh in Cairo. The Order of the Bloated Woman here. The cult of the Sandbat in Australia. The cult of the Bloody Tongue in Kenya. But they're just the beginning. There are groups in India, Japan, South America, in the islands of Polynesia, all of them tied to Nyarlathotep in one mask or another. Different faces, different rites, same damn god pulling the strings. And the worst part, they don't even know they're part of the same machine. Each cult thinks it's special, chosen, unique, but they're all working toward the same end, the same great plan. And now, you know what I know. This isn't just one cult or one city or one expedition gone wrong. This is the whole world rotting from the inside out. He takes another swig of his whiskey. There's one last thing you need to hear. The worst of it. The part I've been trying not to say out loud because once it's spoken, it's real. Everything the cults are doing, it all leads to one purpose. Opening a great gate. A doorway big enough for Nyarlathotep and his legions to pour back into our world. Not a metaphor, not a vision, a real physical breach in reality itself. And there are 3 points that matter. 3 anchors for the spell. Grey Dragon Island, 200 miles from here. The Mountain of the Black Wind in Kenya. Somewhere in the Great Sandy Desert in Australia. Those places aren't random. They're the corners of a triangle, something ancient, something powerful. Something Nyarlathotep showed them all in the bent pyramid. And if the spell is done right, at the right moment, with the right timing, the gate opens. And that moment is coming. January the 14th, 1926. A total solar eclipse. At that moment, down to the heartbeats, every cult tied to Nyarlathotep will act in unison. In Africa and Weru, and what she referred to as the child of Nyarlathotep will begin the great rite. In Shanghai, Ho Fang and Sir Aubrey will join them. In Australia, Robert Houston will complete the triad. And everywhere else, Egypt, England, New York, India, Japan, South America, the islands of the Pacific, every cultist who knows the words will add their voice to the chant. But the real power sits at those 3 points. Those are the loci, those are the keys. I've got one sliver of hope in all this. Small but real. The Great Gate, it isn't guaranteed. If even one of these 3 points fails, the gate might not open fully in the way he wants. If 2 points fail, the chances of the gate opening at all are slim. Not impossible. Nothing's impossible with that thing, but unlikely. The power won't flow right, the geometry breaks, the rite stumbles. But if you want to be sure, if you want to stop this thing dead, then there's only one way. All 3 points of the triangle have to be shut down. Grey Dragon Island, the Mountain of the Black Wind, the Great Sandy Desert. Break the rite all 3 and the Great Gate stays shut. No eclipse miracle, no cosmic breach, no Nyarlathotep walking back into our world with an army of nightmares behind him. That's the truth of it. There's a way to stop all this for good. Not just to break the Great Rite this time, but to make damn sure it can never be done again. It's in a set of books. The 7 cryptical books of Zan. Old, dangerous, hard to read. I stole them from Madame Lin, as you know. Inside them is a ritual, something called the Eye of Light and Darkness. It's not a weapon, it's a ward, a seal. You've seen half of it. If you create one and place it on one of these 3 sites, it shuts that place down, locks it, making it useless for the summoning. Not just now, but forever. Do that at all 3 points, and the Great Gate can never open. Not in 1926. Not in 1,000 years. Not ever. But up until now, there's been a problem. The books aren't written in any language that you or I would recognise. The only man I know who can make sense of this is Mr. Moo. I believe you've met him.
We have. He was most helpful to us.
He's working on the books now, deciphering the ritual line by line, but it's slow going, painstaking. He says it'll take several weeks, even months. We can translate enough to teach anyone how to invoke the eye properly. So that's the hope. That's why I'm here. Break the 3 points and you stop the rite. Ward the 3 points and you stop it forever. It's the only way to make sure Nyarlathotep never gets his foot back in the door. If what you tell me is true, we have the other half of the eye, which is a game changer. For what Mr. Moo tells me, this will speed things up considerably. Now it's just a case of rejoining the two parts together and then getting onto Grey Dragon Island and setting the ward in place with the proper ritual. I just need to persuade Mr. Moo that he's up for that.
You expect him to go with you to conduct the ritual?
Up until now, he's been reluctant.
We have some ability within our group. One of our colleagues who is not with us today is able to cast some magics. He may be able to learn under Mr. Moo's tutelage how to cast the spell. It would be better to have more than one able to do it. Perhaps we might learn as well.
That's great. You're bringing more good news to me. My main concern is that Mr. Moo won't consent. He's been really helpful so far, but this is weird stuff. He knows it's dangerous out there.
No, we've lost too many people already, sending people who don't realise the peril that they're under. We send them out to gather information and they end up dead because of us.
I have some other friends too. I wouldn't be foolhardy enough to even consider going to Grey Dragon Island on my own. I have some...
Is that right?
Have you heard of New China?
Yes.
Yeah, we have.
I rather thought you might be involved.
A lot of them are my old friends. There are some that are crazy enough to accompany me to the island. My plan was to use them.
Crazy and skilled.
Exactly. It's a combination that is few and far between. I've probably got about maybe a dozen men that will fall into that category.
That's a good unit. We can work with that, you and me.
I like the you and me. He smiles.
We'll need to, even if we take out the island, we've got 2 other locations that we'll need to go to. We'll need to create stones for those 2 locations and then cast the incantations there as well.
Absolutely.
But one step at a time.
Well, yeah, we might be getting ahead of ourselves here. This is all. I haven't even seen the stone yet, but if what you're telling me is true, and there's nothing to believe that it's not. That I was thinking that the assault on the island was possibly months away. Now, if Mr. Moo can join these stones together, it may be that plans need to be made more imminently. The next rite on the island is on the 14th of May. You see, for me, it's not just about warding the island, it's about taking out all the cultists too. You should know there are other things there too.
We know that they've been trying to build something there, some kind of fantastical machine, parts of which were being manufactured in England.
Or blueprints. Couldn't make hide nor hair of them, but...
Really? I've heard rumours too of something. There's something that they've got there inside that volcano. Some machine. As to what it is, I've got no idea. No one can get close enough. The 3 sailor ships that have been sent to Grey Dragon Island recently, one of them by myself, encountered huge waves that capsized them, killing all of the crew. Unnatural.
Then it'll be a challenge to get there, won't it? Unless we hitch a lift on the Dark Mistress.
Well, that's the thing. The Dark Mistress's crew, there are creatures on there that are not human.
Yes, we've seen them.
Oh, you have? Well, there are lots more of them out there. The things that are on the Dark Mistress are half-breeds. They're half human, half these terrible fish creatures that are referred to as deep ones.
Yes.
There are lots of them living around the island.
Your men have access to weapons, explosives.
Oh yes, of course. We have a nice cache of weapons. We've built up a warehouse across the river in the Putong district. so that won't be a problem. But Mr. Moo is quite often wishing to remind us that weapons probably aren't always going to be of use.
No,
Against-
they will be of
against some
use.
of these things.
Will be useful against the minions, but we will require magic to fight magic.
As much as I can't believe I'm sitting here saying it, and yes, you're right. We don't know
No.
what else is on that island. We don't know what this machine thing is. I know that Penhew is there, or Penhurst.
Yes, I was going to ask whether that was the
Alfred
one in the
Penhurst,
same.
Aubrey Penhew. Not a
Yes.
particularly good alias.
No, had us fooled though. So Carl Stanford, what's his?
Stanford, yeah, he's a wild card. Where he came from, I don't know. He turned up just after I procured the Book of San from Madame Lynn. Apparently, he wants the book too. I've got no idea. He's a cultist from Boston. Hermetic Order of the Silver Twilight is the name of the cult that he runs. As to what their connections are to this, I do not know.
In that they're very competitive with each other. Maybe he thinks we can earn the favour by being the one who opens them.
Whatever he's doing here, he's bosom buddies with Ho Fang. I presume you know that Ho Fang is the head of the bloated woman cult.
We were unsure whether it was Madame Lin or Ho Fang.
Yeah.
They're not allies, are they?
Oh no, Madame Lynn. No, she has nothing to do with the cult. She's a crime boss. She doesn't really get on with Ho Fang, but she respects him and knows his power well enough not to upset him.
So she's straight up crime, not
Yeah,
not
an odd phrase, but that's it.
okay. Starting
Then
to like her a bit more.
why her interest in these tomes? And we've seen the statues she has there. Those aren't natural.
Oh,
She obviously has some interest in the occult.
Don't get me wrong. She has interest in the occult. She's a collector for sure, and some of the tactics she uses to come across some of these to procure some of these items aren't exactly a nice or legal. But she's not anything to do with the cult, and in fact, they kind of have. There's the relationship is such that they agree to keep out of each other's way, I think is the way that I would put it. But she's just as dangerous, but in her own way. That's why. I mean, they've tried to kill me, or there's been all sorts of things after me, and whether it's from Madame Lynn or whether it's from Stanford or bloated woman, you only die once, don't you?
Yeah, it doesn't matter who kills you.
But she has nothing to do with the cult itself. Well, as far as I'm aware.
Does not mean that we should trust her in any way, shape, or form, though.
Oh, you shouldn't trust her as far as you can throw her. No?
It's her motives are easy to understand.
But she has nothing to do with all this Nyarlathotep stuff. You look a bit shell-shocked. Or maybe you look like all the threads are coming together. I can't really work it out.
I think it validates everything that we thought was true and hoped wasn't. This is one occasion where we wish we weren't right. But you have given us more information. We were under the impression that the island was the epicenter of what they're attempting. We didn't know that there were 3 locations. So to that extent, that's bad news. But the good news is that we have a way to shut them down.
That is the good news. We still have hope, and you have brought with you what you have brought with you has, for me, increased that hope. It means that, but we've got to decide what we do next. Are you saying that you're willing to accompany me and my men to the island?
Well, we were going to ask you the same question, whether your men and you would be willing to travel with us. So I would say it's a partnership.
We'll be shoulder to shoulder, Mr. Brady. In fact, you'll be following me. We'll help.
We can argue about that later. Well, of course, my whole reason to be here is to put these bastards to bed. I can't believe that I can't. Some of the stuff that I've learned over the past few years it's just blown my mind, and I'm just lucky that I'm still here. That I still have my faculties, and I'm still able to function. Poor old Roger can't.
So is Roger, as far as you know, still in the asylum where you left him?
Yeah, as far as I know, can't think. I checked him under a false name. Nobody even knew I was in Hong Kong.
Well, when this is all over, perhaps we should let his sister know. But for now,
Yeah, please do not inform anybody of anything. I do not want his sister or anybody knowing about any of this stuff, because we've got to keep this to ourselves.
Well, it's the
You know,
priority to study the ritual, because we can't.
The priority
need
is definitely to connect the stones together and learn the ritual, because
We need
without
to take
that,
that
we
to-
have nothing.
So you need to. Where is the stone now?
It's safe. It's literally in a safe. So we would need to recover it, and we would need to get it to Mr. Moo. We need to ensure that you are safe. So I don't want to know where you're staying. We don't know, but we're going to need to find a way to contact you. Contacting you via the bar is not good, because we were attacked leaving there yesterday. So that chain is broken.
I'm
What
wondering,
bar?
Lucky, if we need to. Oh, the stumbling
Not much.
tiger.
Yeah, that's not good. It's watched by all and sundry. I mean, it's good that you went there, and your letter was, the note that you sent was couldn't have been any better. I mean, but the fact that the stumbling tiger is watched is a problem. What happened to you?
Well, we've been attacked. We need somewhere safe. We're constantly watching and constantly being monitored around Shanghai. We need somewhere we can be. We can plan and prepare.
Why don't we get out of Shanghai? Or at least you. Do we need to be here? If you're saying that you're happy to you just need to lie low for a bit until we can get this. If we can get the stone joined, we need to first make sure it is the right stone. Hoping that is the case. Secondly, we need to make sure that Mr. Moo can do what he promised he could if he had the other half. Maybe that's what we do next, and then we'll decide. We need to find out how long it's going to take, don't we? How long is it going to take him to do this? And see whether your friend can help too.
Can we persuade Mr. Moo to leave with us?
Well, Mr. Moo...
Life. Be leaving the rest of his life behind.
Well, perhaps only temporarily.
Mr. Moo has been very helpful, but he seems reluctant to leave Shanghai. I'm thinking now that you guys have arrived, maybe I don't need him to. All he needs to do is get this stone put back together. And if he can teach your buddy this ritual, then we'll be able to go on without him. You know that the others are alive too, don't you?
Well, we suspected as much.
Houston's in Australia, and Weru's back in Kenya with Patty.
And where we go by the name of Bune
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, that's her. Yeah. All that stuff about Nandi tribesmen, that was all just a cover. Is there anything else you need from me at this stage?
I'm a little shell-shocked, to be honest, Mr. Brady. It's almost as if we'd heard your story before, but only heard every other word of it. It's filled everything in for us.
Yeah.
We safely get this stone to you.
Yeah, how are we going to do that? You're right. Lucky you said we need to. We can't fall at the final hurdle now. The problem is that we can't have either me leading them to you or vice versa. Can you drop the stone off at the museum?
I don't see why not. Bro?
In this entire interaction, how trustworthy does he seem? Does he seem like he's playing us at all in his approach?
No, not at all. You're quite good at a judge of character, and you've felt all the way through that he's been very. Yeah, you don't get any suspicious signs from him at all.
Well, yeah, we'll drop it.
He seems excited and relieved at the same. Those are the kind of the overwhelming emotions that you can detect from him at the moment.
Then we will drop the stone we'll package it up and drop it at the museum addressed to him.
To Mr. Moo?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll probably be the safest way. I know that Mr. Moo trusts the museum staff implicitly. They'll make sure that he gets it. There's a man there by the name of some professor, I can't remember the name of. Ying Pei, I believe his name is.
Oh yes, we've met him.
Oh, have you? Well, he is very close with Mr. Moo.
He put us in touch with Mr. Moo.
So if you can drop it off to him.
Would that route be the best route for us to contact each other then?
I think that probably would be.
Well, we no need to refer to locations. We will use this as our meeting point. We'll just say meet you at the usual location and give a time, or you could just say the usual time. So if anybody does get hold of the message, it won't mean anything to them.
I still think we need to get out of Shanghai, gentlemen. Seem to be scraping by with our lives at the moment.
I don't disagree. The only question is where next.
Well, sorry, I'm confused. If we get out of Shanghai, we still need to get to the island, though, don't we?
we'll be back.
Once the
I think
stone's been...
Jacob's point is we wait for everything to be together and ready, and then to Grey Dragon Isle is, do we try to learn more in Australia in the intervening weeks, or do we actually just head to somewhere like Hong Kong and lie low, do nothing, make no noise?
Jack, you said that, I think, did you say the next right on Grey Island is 14th of May?
Yeah.
Does that give us a deadline to thwart this part of the cult's plans?
No, because it
No,
all has to be done at the eclipse, doesn't it? This is just them doing their rituals.
Their monthly rituals are the 14th because of the fact that the eclipse is going to be the 14th of January next year. So they have their monthly rituals on the 14th of each month. This one, it's going to be too soon.
That's only next week, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they all have to happen simultaneously as well, don't they?
Yeah, but that's the grand ritual that you're talking about, which is not until January next year, the eclipse. We've got until then, the very latest.
Yeah, I mean, the only advantage to there being a ritual on the 14th is if we assaulted the island and wiped out everybody there, it would slow them down because we would have killed a lot of the people that were seeking to do the full ritual.
Thinking that's my thinking too, and what I'm hoping for now is that we can. Next week is too soon, but June isn't.
So
5 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
So the 14th of June.
Yeah.
We attack the island, kill as many people as we can, and then seal it.
Sounds easy, doesn't it?
It does when you put it like that. But which would be much better to do it earlier rather than when they're actually attempting the full summoning.
Yeah, we can't leave it that way.
No. Well, we can't be in three places at once.
Three places at once, yeah.
We could if we split up, but I don't think that's a good idea. No. My plan has always been to cut the head off this particular snake as soon as possible.
I think given that gives us a month that we head to Hong Kong and lay low, because it's not enough time to head to Kenya and do anything useful. It's not enough time to go to Australia. We just get out the city, relax, come back a few days beforehand so that Mr. Moo can explain the ritual to Sir Edward, or however many of us would like to be able to attempt it.
I think that I think it's a good plan. I think that maybe if you come back maybe a week before, because I don't think the ritual is going to be an easy thing for Mr. Moo to teach Sir Edward. He probably needs to speak to Sir Edward first as well before you leave.
No, absolutely. We'll arrange all that, and we need to be able to get out of the. We won't. I'm just trying to think about all our equipment. We should probably leave it where it is, because heading in and out of customs is problematic for us given the equipment and the items we're carrying.
Yeah, I agree. We can leave. Obviously, we'll be giving the stone over, but everything else
can stay where it is, except the books that maybe Sir Edward would want to look at.
Yeah,
we can explain away.
I agree with you, but there's an awful lot of logistics involved in travelling to the island. We'll need transport. We'll need weapons. Obviously, your men presumably will come with us, Jack. I mean, do you need our help to organise any of that?
I don't think I do. I think we can organise all of that. I don't think so. I think all I need you to do is once we've got the stone is for Sir Edward to spend some time with Mr. Moo understanding whether it is possible for him to teach him the ritual. And then I think you guys are right. I think you just need to get out of here.
That's our plan, gentlemen.
Okay.
The longer you stay here, the more. Well, you like you said yourself, the likelihood of you still being here in 6 weeks' time is.
No, we need to lie low because we don't want to be killed before we get killed. Right. Well, let us go and retrieve the stone. We will leave. We will make arrangements. We will contact you once we're back in the city. In what, 4 weeks, 5 weeks? When do we return?
A week before.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that's what we'll do, and we will contact you via the museum to let you know.
Before you go, when you drop the stone off at the museum, I need to contact you and speak to you before you leave, just to make sure that everything is as it should be.
Can you leave a? We'll check. How long will you need
Well, it's just we'll be to see whether the stone is
a match?
the match, and straight away, Mr. Moo will be to tell me, or how long it's going to take him to, or how difficult it's going to be to put it back together. He's alluded previously that it will be a lot easier than making one from scratch.
Well, if we return the stone to the museum this afternoon, can we? Is it too early to meet again this time tomorrow?
No, I think that's good.
Right. Well, shall we meet? We will meet.
We can risk one more face-to-face meeting, can't we?
We'll meet you here again, same time tomorrow. Then, and we'll drop the stone off tonight. This afternoon.
Yeah. Then, if we meet back here at noon tomorrow, we can make the final arrangements.
Yes.
I know exactly what we're doing. Yeah. Good.
Well, it was a pleasure to finally meet you, Mr. Brady.
And you seem as relieved as we do to have an ally.
It is a relief. You can't believe how this has been weighing upon me.
I can't believe you've been doing this alone.
And I can't either. I can't believe that you've pieced together so many pieces of this puzzle already. You've done a fine job.
Well, it's not over yet.
It's not, but
at least we know now what we have to do.
Indeed. Right. You guys leave first. I'll hang around here for a bit.
Yep.
Thank you, Jack.
You all by the hand again. The pleasure's been all mine, I assure you.
Until
Look forward
tomorrow.
to working together. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. He walks across to the far side of the pergola and as you leave, staring out across the water thoughtfully. Okay, where are you gonna go now?
To the bank.
Okay, you're gonna go
Didn't we
straight to the bank. Yep.
No, never mind.
What did you say? Pub.
Yeah.
Okay, so the plan is to go to the bank, just take out the stone.
Yep.
And then take that directly to the museum. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
wrap it up, oilcloth,
Yeah.
all that kind of thing.
Okay, fine. Super, right, that's a good place to stop then.
Understanding the stakes and being able to stop them are two very different things. We've learned much this episode, but is it going to help when we take on Grey Dragon Isle? Let's find out next week. See you then on Steady Roller Man Presents The Masks of Nyarlathotep.